Hello.
How are you?
All right. How are you doing?
Good.
So have you filled out your application for the PTD?
What is that?
Step up a little bit.
Did your attorney not speak to you about the pretrial diversion?
Yeah, I told him I didn't want to take any type of probation or anything due to my veteran status. And me and my parents have already, my mother actually wrote a letter to give to the court. My father already went down to the office to drop the charges. So I'm not understanding why I have to take a plea for this case.
Oh, you don't have to take a plea, but your attorney will speak to you about people dropping charges
Mhm.
because some cases, the complainant can say it, they don't want to go forward, but this is not the complainant's case. It's the state.
This is the moment where many defendants face a tough decision. Take the plea deal or gamble on a jury trial. And that gamble can be dangerous, because if the jury finds you guilty, the consequences can be much harsher.
Ms. Ferguson.
Yes, ma'am.
She doesn't want PTD. So give me a jury trial setting, please.
So if I take it to trial, that means I get a longer sentence or something, right?
You'll have to speak to your attorney. What I can tell you about jury trials is what ends up happening is your attorney is present, the state is present. There's something called jury selection because this is a felony. 12 people will sit in the box
Yes, ma'am.
and the state will present their case through witness testimony or whatever evidence they have. And then you and your attorney can present evidence if you choose to. You don't have to because the burden is on the state. And then the jury will deliberate after closing arguments and they will make a decision on whether you're guilty or not guilty. If they say that you're guilty, this is a state jail felony. Range of punishment is any.
It might sound like small talk, but this actually highlights a huge issue in modern courts. When legal systems rely entirely on digital records, even a simple power outage can slow down
jury.
cases and delay
All right,
justice.
Ms.
I'm already a felon. Is there any way we can postpone this, like reset my court date? Because I don't
She's
really
giving you-
talk to my
She's giving you a trial date now. What's the date?
February 12th.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be set for February 12th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused and you'll need to be here at 9 a.m. for jury trial.
Judge, I'm sending her.
Good, Judge.
Good morning.
Happy Thursday.
Oh, yeah, it's Friday Eve.
It's Friday Eve.
Hello.
Morning.
All right, so today is your plea deadline date.
Judge, I spoke to the state. Today is the first day we have power back on our building. We've been without power for like 3
Thank you.
weeks.
Uh-huh.
So we're a little behind on trying to get some things, just opening files and whatnot, because they were saved unfortunately on the computers.
See, this is what I tell people. And this is why people need to watch documentaries. This is why people need to watch movies that are disaster movies. Everybody wants to put things on computers. And I always say, it's great to put it on there. It's great to have backup, but you still need the paper. What happens if system goes down? And I've been the canary in the coal mine here as well. I've been telling people what happens because they're putting everything online. What happens if this system fails? And it appears that it may fail because how long have we been waiting for Odyssey to go live? Has this been like 20 years or something? There was a rumor of this when I first started practicing. So it's been over 20 years. And then other places, they said they don't like Odyssey. But we're supposed to go live with Odyssey at the beginning of the year. When is it coming live now, Norma? May. And actually, I think it was supposed to be,
February.
yes.
That's what I was about to say is February, because I saw that.
Oh,
last
so
email.
it's May. And actually, it was supposed to be before February, and then they kept pushing it back. So now we're in May. And here's my prediction. I predict that it's not going to be live in May. That's just me. Jim Weed, are you with me on that?
I'd recommend text share highly. If you talk to somebody, we can get that program installed. It wouldn't cost too much, so we can talk about that.
There we go. Texture. That's what it's called.
Text share.
Text share. All right. Text share, people. Text share.
Travis County uses it. There's a bunch of counties.
And to me, they're doing all of this training for Odyssey.
This is one of the most critical moments in the entire hearing. The judge is giving the defendant a choice: prison time or treatment. And decisions made in moments like this can completely change the direction of someone's life.
2 weeks from today, I think is the 8th. Just let me catch up on a couple of things because I have some things I want to present before we make our decision. We do have a tweak to the offer, which may help, but if you could give us to the 8th, that should work.
All right, Norma, can you recall this for the 8th?
Yes, ma'am.
And Norma, we need to increase our docket since I think the dockets that week are light because Odyssey was supposed to be set up.
Oh, you mean for that week?
So we can add cases to that week and
I can do that.
yeah, let's increase that. All right, we'll bring you back on the 8th.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
That will be your final plea deadline date.
Perfect. Maybe excuse you.
Oh, once you sign the reset form.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so today is the plea deadline date.
Judge, it is. We received the confirmed offer from the prosecutor earlier today.
Well, I mean, today, because the plea deadline date was set the plea deadline date was set for January 11th.
Yes, Judge, we were here last week, and I think what they wanted to do last week was reach out to the complaining witness before they solidified an offer. They did that. They made that offer today, Judge. Ordinarily, I wouldn't be asking for more time, but I'm just asking the court if the court would bring us back on Monday so that I can sit down with Mr. Hugo. Mr. Hugo is not from the United States. He is an American citizen, but there's some cultural concerns that I have, and I'd like to be able to sit down with he and his family over the weekend and give the court an answer on Monday.
All right, this is the last setting for a plea deadline date.
I understand, Judge. I appreciate that. I have an idea where we're going. It's just I'm not comfortable just speaking to different people over the phone.
All right,
I'd rather do it in person.
so we're going to bring this back on the 22nd.
We can do it. Thank you, Judge.
And Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Juan Ramos. Hello. So what is happening with this case?
Judge, it's a second setting. It was just maybe a week ago that I dropped off a hard drive for discovery because, you know, even though the state would love to have text share, they haven't paid for it. And one day
One day we
maybe
have Odyssey.
That'll come around.
I don't know what will come first, Odyssey or the zombie apocalypse. I don't know. They're running neck and neck.
Nobody will like Odyssey either.
to be about the same.
They're about the same. Yeah, we just need to be prepared.
It is a case where we're gonna have an ID motion that we will need to ask the court to hear.
Okay.
But I do need the discovery first. I think we'll have that fairly quickly. But we'd like to go forward after that.
All right, so have you given him all the discovery or no?
I believe everything has been disclosed. I think it just needs to make sure that he has everything, Judge. And I think that's the issue, just making sure he has everything. The state believes that they've turned over.
All right, and you're not prepared to tender an offer today, correct?
Actually, it's just the one I made an offer.
Yes.
I did tender an offer.
Okay. So Ms. Ferguson, on this case, give me a 30-day reset. And that will be your plea deadline date.
22nd, Judge.
All right, we'll be back on February 22nd. Is there anything else?
That's it, Judge.
All right, thanks. All right, where are we on this case?
Judge, we believe there's a video cam from the home that a copy was made by the officer's body cam, but it's not a very good copy. We need to see if we can get that. So I would ask for one more reset for just discovery purposes. To get the cam from the house cam.
All right. So do we know, or do you only have the house cam with them video in it, or do you actually have the house cam? Because after a while,
Well, Judge, we know there was a video because the body cam, they particularly went in and filmed it with their body cam
Mhm.
of the surveillance, so security cam at the house that shows the altercation. I don't believe we have that video, and it's not in the state's possession or the police possession. So state's position, we would like it too.
Yeah.
And so we will reach out to the detective and see if they've obtained it and see if it's available. I haven't had an opportunity to do that this morning.
All right. I don't want to make any predictions, but it may not be in existence anymore.
I understand, Judge, but on behalf of my client, I have to ask.
I know. I understand. I'll give you time to do that. And last time we were here, the state had tendered an offer. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
recall this for 30 days. That's going to be your plea deadline date as well.
Thank you, Judge.
February 22nd. Good.
All right, February 22nd. Is there anything else?
State law.
Nothing for the defense.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Just have a seat.
Look like we've received any labs back yet, Judge.
All right, do you have an idea of when you will perhaps receive labs?
I'll find out. Let's see when this was submitted. They submitted this to the crime lab for testing on a date they did not set. Yeah, it didn't put a date on here, so I will find out. I know that they have been backlogged, but this was submitted to our office back on September 14th, so it's at least been processing since then. So I would hope that they would have it within the next 30 days, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, if I can have a 45-day reset for discovery, please.
March 7th.
All right, we're going to be back on March 7th for discovery. Hopefully everything will be in at that time. In state, you'll need to be prepared to make an offer.
Yes, Judge.
All right, is there anything else, Counselor?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Posadas, do you have any questions?
No,
All right, thank you.
thank you, Judge. You would be excused.
Yes. All right, so in this case, has the standing order been filed? The standing order, because I believe there's blood discovery or breath.
We have the discovery, Judge.
Oh, okay, so all discovery has been tendered?
Yes.
Has an offer been tendered?
It has. And the state is leaving that offer open for 2 weeks.
All right. You read my mind. Norma, recall this in 2 weeks for a plea deadline date?
Yes, ma'am. Is it 2 weeks? Good.
Yes.
I can do February 1st.
All right, February 1st is your plea deadline date. At that time, you'll need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. If you choose not to accept the offer or no agreement is reached, then you will have a quick turnaround for jury trial.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Serta, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused. All right, where are we on this case? Because last time we were here, all discovery was received and offer was tendered. So today, is he accepting the offer or no?
Well, Judge, there's a little hitch, and I'm asking the court if you extend the video deadline, because I downloaded all the discovery and spent over 2.5, almost 3 hours in my office going over everything with my client, and then I was conferring with Hank this morning, and he pulls up a video that is not familiar to me that I need to discuss with my client, and first of all, make sure that in the videos that I have the video that he pulled up this morning. So I just need a little bit more time to make sure I do have all the discovery.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can you recall this back for a plea deadline date, February 8th? All right, we'll see you all back on February 8th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
And Hank, after I go through all my videos, if I don't see that one, I'll get with you and find out.
All right, and are you Mr. Lameau?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so on January 5th, you entered a plea of true to violation of condition number 2. The court found it true, and the court ordered a TAP evaluation out of custody for the court to make a decision on whether or not to revoke or continue you. Have both parties received the TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyone would like to address the TAP evaluation?
Would Judge, if you could swear in Mr. Limon, I'd appreciate it.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
All right, Mr. Limon, when you went to the TAP evaluation, they're reporting that you said that you didn't think you had a problem and that you weren't motivated for treatment. Is that true?
Yes, it is true. I wasn't thinking clearly, man, and I don't know, I was just kind of mad about the outcome in court and I don't know, I wasn't thinking right.
Well, let me ask you this. If you're on probation and judge could always send you to prison, but you're still doing drugs, do you think that indicates you do have a problem?
Yes, sir.
And so are you motivated to go to treatment if the judge would do that?
Yes, sir.
And are you requesting the judge to place you an outpatient?
Yes, sir.
And why are you requesting that particularly?
Because I got too much going on out here. I got 3 boys. I got another one on the way, and I have a full-time job in
And tell us again, you told us last time, but where do you work?
Skylights over Texas.
Okay, and I assume that means you install skylights
Yes, sir.
and you're working full time.
Full time.
How much are you earning?
An hour?
Yes.
$20 an hour.
Okay. And obviously you'd like to continue that employment to help support your kids? Is
Yes, sir.
there anything else you want the judge to know before she decides what to do?
And last time I was in court, I had to go to DWI classes, and they gave me the same outcome if I was in the fail. But like overall, I did all my classes. I completed the course, and I got my driver's license within doing all that. And if I gotta get treatment, then I'm willing to do that and do what I have to do.
So what you're saying, that telling the judge you've been on DWI probation before and completed it successfully, is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
I don't have any further questions, Sean.
Any questions?
Mr. Limon, my name is Hank Wilkins. I'm one of the prosecutors here. If I ask anything that you don't understand, just let me know and I'll raise it, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, are you on GPS right now?
Yes, sir.
And what are the rules of GPS?
To just be my house arrest, stay home.
Okay. And but you're going to work, you're allowed to do that as part of your GPS, right?
Yes, sir.
But you've had some problems complying with that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so,
Your Honor, for the purposes of this hearing, I'm going to have to object. I think Mr. Wilkins is going to try to get into the substance of a violation report, which has come out since our previous hearing and which relates to the bonds for his new cases and not this particular case.
All right, the objection will be overruled.
so we were in court last time on the 5th, right?
I believe so.
And then on the 10th, you had you went somewhere you weren't supposed to go on GPS, is that right?
Yeah.
And so you say now though, whatever she orders, you're gonna be able to comply with.
Yes, sir. That day I don't know. I was mad. I don't know. Just got mad, and I don't know. I just had to feel like I had to get out.
Okay, and while you were on probation for this offense, you picked up a couple of new offenses, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That seems like the worst thing you can do if you're on probation, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No more questions, Judge.
All right, any other questions?
Judge, no questions. I want to let the court know that probation has confirmed that on the 10th is when he did this TAP evaluation appointment. I think the violation report says something about him going to a couple other addresses, which seem to be restaurants.
One is a bar. Is Jamie's Place a bar?
Mexican restaurant, and yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. It says in the violation report that you went to Jamie's Place or Jaime's Place. Is that a bar?
I don't. I didn't stop at no bar. Commerce, that was probably the day I left court. I had to catch the bus home. So I was walking and then I did catch the bus in Commerce.
Okay. All right, and why were you angry when you left the court?
Because my mother and my children really don't let me. She don't bring the kids to where I'm at, and I thought, like, for worse or worse, I was gonna get sent away. And before they're gonna move to Austin, I wanted to see them before they.
Do you think the reason maybe she's not bringing the children to you is because of this drug issue that you have? That's either yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you have to be understanding that maybe somebody is not going to bring their children, whether they're the father or the mother, bring them to them if they're in the struggles of their addiction and they're using. And according to the TAP evaluation, it says your methamphetamine is met as evidenced by his need for markedly increased amounts of the substance to achieve intoxication or desired effect. So this is what's going to happen today. You're going into custody today.
This is one of the most critical moments in the entire hearing. The judge is giving the defendant a choice, prison time or treatment. And decisions made in moments like this can completely change the
I said,
direction
either
of
you're
someone's
going
life.
into custody because I am going to revoke you, or either I can continue you and we can see if we can get you treatment for your meth addiction.
If I may, Judge, you're stating either inpatient treatment or prison.
Yes, I mean, it's a possession less than a gram case. So it's a state jail felony. And he will be extended. So if you want, I can revoke you and I'll sentence you to 18 months in the state jail facility. Just one moment. Yes, I'll sentence you to 18 months in the state jail facility. Or either you can go into inpatient treatment. And what I can tell you, inpatient treatment is longer than the 18 months. I don't know if you even want treatment because you left court mad because somebody was trying to help you and because.
I do, I didn't like the options I was doing.
Well, these are your options. Either you're going to the state jail facility or either you're going to wait in custody to go to safety. Those are your two options. There is no other option for you. So which would you prefer? If you would like, I will revoke you. I will sentence you to 18 months in the state jail facility. You will do your time. You will be released. When you're released, you'll still have the 2 cases that are remaining. Maybe see what the state will do with those. Or you're going to be waiting for treatment. But either way, you're going into custody today. Which would you prefer?
And for me, getting MTRs, do the other cases get closed? Like, do those?
That depends on the other attorney's negotiation with the state.
And Judge, just to be clear, you're saying safety as opposed to the recommendation of sedative?
Yes. So if you want to sit in the box and think about it, you can sit in the box and think about it.
I wasn't really prepared for that.
All right. If you want to sit in the box and think about it. All right. Thank you.
So Mr. Randall had been evaluated, I think in 2020, 2021, for sanity.
Yes.
On the 2019 indictments. He was found in the examiner's opinion, the doctor, is that he was not sane at the time of the offenses.
Okay.
So ordinarily, it should just be simple as do an NGRI plea.
Well, I mean, unless the state wants to challenge that with their own doctor.
Well, if it was their doctor, it was appointed by Judge Carruthers, but apparently Mr. Garahan has to go talk to their chief before doing anything. So he went off to talk to
What do you mean there was no doctor?
No, it was the state's doctor appointed by Judge Carruthers, is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, but usually still, even though it's appointed technically by the state, sometimes the state wants a second opinion. So how long is this going to take?
I don't know. He ran off to talk to Tamara. So
Okay.
I just want to kind of give you a status report on that. And I think we're talking about possibly just terminating that, the MTR, because he's technically expired and part of it's all tied into his mental health.
All right, well, let me see with regards to the sanity and we'll come back with this. All right. All right, just have a seat, Mr. Randall. Yes. All right, what's happening with this case?
Judge, so you ordered last time for her to start the mental health treatment on January 5th. They went to the Center for Healthcare Services on January 5th and were denied treatment. I contacted Dr. Wallace, who was treating her at the jail, who provided a letter saying, this is ridiculous. And then the next thing that happened was Sally came and approached you, Sally
Yes.
Uncle, and we ordered Center for Healthcare Services to give her treatment. So they went back to Center for Healthcare Services, got treatment. So she is current with her medication compliance. That note should be in the file for you. She is med compliant. She is doing great. She has her next appointment on January 29th. And in addition, we have, I have to look up her name. She's working on a Padilla letter to prep us for the next part of the hearing.
All
We
right.
are good.
And so what is the ultimate outcome for this case? What is everybody expecting?
I have lots of opinions, Judge, but we haven't exactly decided and made a,
I mean, is this something that the mental health court should look into or no? What are we doing?
I wouldn't be opposed to mental health court, Judge. That would be great, considering it's,
I don't know the facts of the case. Is this something the mental health court would consider?
I mean, it would be, they can't do it if it's a felony, Judge, so that'd be up to the DA's office.
Well, no, I mean, she can be referred there and they can say whether or not they will accept her.
I think given Sally's involvement in the case, that would lead me to that direction, Your Honor, as well. I know she's more taken lead on this with counsel.
Yes.
But of course, anything we can do to facilitate the proper direction. Absolutely.
All right, Norma. On this case, there's going to be a referral to mental health court. And then somebody have their phone on. And then we are going to come back. Norma, give me a February date. We can do the week of Valentine.
I can do 15.
All right, we're going to come back on February 15th.
No, no, 14.
Okay, 15th it is.
And if you'll talk with Ms. Onkefer to make sure this is on track for whatever is going to end up happening.
Yes, Judge, we definitely will.
Yeah, and that's, since it's been transferred to this court less than a month ago, Judge, Sally's been on it, Zach, we've all been definitely on this case, for sure.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you.
No, ma'am. I think we've resolved the contestant.
All right, then you want to do a trial court certification?
I can. Yes,
All right, they're over there in the box. Good morning. How are you doing? What did they serve for breakfast today?
Right now, tortilla and bologna.
Well, they always have the bologna even for lunch with mustard.
That's exactly what we have, but with tortilla instead of bread.
I always said that if something were to happen and I were at the jail, I would just stick to the fruit. All right, court is going to call 2020 CR 5287 State of Texas versus Michelle A. Solis. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Thank you for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Todd McRae for Michelle Solis.
All right. And how do you pronounce your first name?
Misael.
Michelle? So the A and the E are pronounced?
Yes, Misael.
Right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? You're going to need to speak up so the court reporter can hear.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Michelle Solis who was placed on community supervision in cause number 2020 CR 5287 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on September 1st, 2020 for a term of 3 years and extended for a total of 1 year? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 1, on or about the 21st day of October, 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Michelle A. Solis, committed the offense of evading arrest in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Violated condition number 2, on or about the 25th day of August, 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The
All right, y'all need to whisper.
Michelle A. Solis did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court supervision officer in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Violated condition number 5, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Michelle A. Solis, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the month of September 2023 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, the state waives the other violations alleged in the motion.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations 1, 2, and 5, the court could find it true, sentence you up to 3 years in the prison
Yes, ma'am.
and up to $1,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 1, 2, and 5? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 1, 2, and 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We are asking that you revoke the defendant's probation and sentence to a cap of 3 years in prison. I believe defense would like to be heard on the amount of time.
All right. And state, are you asking for 3 years?
We are asking for the 3 years, Your Honor.
Right. And state, why are you asking for 3 years?
Your Honor, the defendant did some of the worst things you can do on probation, which is picked up new offenses and failed to report. I know that in this court, you make a point to say when somebody gets probation, communication is key. You feel like your needs are not being addressed, you need to report, you need to come to the court. So there were options available to the defendant. And then these new offenses, Judge, some of these are just sort of, are the thing the defendant pled true to is an inherently scary thing, evading. Your Honor, that's why we're asking for the 3 years.
And what is going to be the outcome of the number 1 that's in the motion?
The new number ones that we waived, Judge, the possessions and the tampering, we don't have labs back on that yet, Judge, but we are not taking those into consideration. We're waiting on those labs, and we plan to pursue those whenever we get lab results, Judge.
All right. Defense, what are you requesting?
Yes, Your Honor, on Misael's behalf, residential program for him. However, conditions of admission to that program require that there not be any pending cases.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of in a catch-22.
Mm-hmm.
We showed up today and that was not a resolution that was possible for us. So on his behalf, I wanted to ask the court to do this. He's 38 years old. He has a young child that's 12 years old. He's got a dad that's 80 and a mom that's 65. And we actually would like the court to continue him or consider continuing him and let him go stay with his mom. And since he's not eligible for a residential program, we'd like the court to consider putting him in a outpatient program. If the court doesn't think that's appropriate, and that's what he's asking me to ask the court, then we'd ask you to consider something less than the 3 because of this catch-22 room. It's not his fault that we don't have the other cases to resolve right now. You can't do that without the labs. So the benefit of the doubt in his favor would be if the court, and I think he's still got until August to be supervised, or if the court wanted to extend him and require an outpatient, extensive outpatient treatment, he would be amenable and open to that. You can tell he's respectful with the court. He's been cordial with me and open to options that help him address the obvious issues that he has before the court. So we're kind of, he wanted this to kind of be left in your hands, Your Honor.
All right. Probation, what is probation's recommendation?
Honor, the first recommendation would be for revocation. The second would be for if we would have to extend him the mid conditions for state IXF, followed by the intensive supervision program and cognitive behavior report.
All right. The cases that don't have the labs, when will those labs be in? All right. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make a decision today. I'm going to recall this back on February 1st. Are you the attorney on the other causes?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So we're going to call this back on February 1st. We're going to see whether labs are on those cases. Then the court will make a decision. And what I can tell you, we can go off the record. What I can tell you, Mr. Solis, I could make a ruling right now. But guess what? You're still going to be at the Bexar County Jail because you have those cases that are pending. So whether I make a ruling today or whether I make it on February 1st,
This is a reality many people don't understand about the justice system. Even if one case is resolved, other pending charges can keep someone in custody, meaning the legal
all
battle
right,
is
any
far from over.
objections for that?
No, you're,
All right, so we'll come back on February 1st and we'll see where the labs are.
yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. All right, so I gave you a choice, Mr. Lamont. Your choice is either you can do the 18 months or either you're going to safety. Which do you prefer?
He wants to go to safety. He wants the help.
All right, we're going to go back on the record. I'm sorry, Diana. 2023 CR 4352, State of Texas versus Johnny Limon. And could I have defense counsel announced?
Robert Barons for Mr. Lemon.
And John Coons for Mr. Limon.
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
All right, you're Mr. Limon, correct? All right, you are still under oath. So your choice is 18 months or either safety. Which would you prefer?
It's AP.
Hmm?
It's AP.
All right.
And
Then-
Judge,
Yes.
just for the record, I'll be filing motions for examining trial. He has some night mags pending that are, I think might go away one way or the other. So we're going to try to expedite that as quickly as possible so that he can get in line for safety as quickly as possible.
Okay, the court will deny the motion. Alter and amend conditions to include safety, defendant to remain in custody until transfer. Is there anything else?
No, Judge, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
I need clarification on the few cases.
Oh, the new cases, John is going to look into that and hopefully take care of those. So I know he's going to be on hold until those new cases are resolved.
So they won't even accept, I just want to make it clear to everyone, they won't even accept the packet if there are outstanding.
Okay, I understand.
Well, I
Thank
think
you.
We'll have an answer in the next couple of minutes.
And Norma, recall this as well for February 1st.
That's where we're at. I've never done that. Carl has before and he's given
Yeah,
us some
me
head-
too.
head stuff. So I just want to confirm that to him. Since.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll set it in February. So do you all want to do it the week of February 5th? All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yeah.
on this case, can you put this for February 8th? And Judge Carruthers may end up hearing the plea by insanity because
He's done.
he'll have to go to different
Civil
facilities. Yes.
And that will also resolve most likely. It will resolve the MTR also. I talked to Carl about that also.
All right. Do you have any questions, Mr. Randall? Do you have any questions?
Let's see.
All right, so this is what's going to end up happening, Mr. Randall. So we're going to come back on February 8th. On February 8th, depending on what your attorney decides, there may end up being a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity. The thing about those type of pleas is technically, and I'm going to do the air quotes, you're sort of on probation. And your probation is whatever the range of punishment is for whatever you're charged with. You understand? So if the most you can get in prison for a case is 10 years and you enter a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity, that means you're going to be on that sort of probation for 10 years. And then the judge who will hear your plea, if that's what is decided, they'll make a determination on placement for you. You understand? All right, so we'll set this for February 8th, all right? Thank you. All right, what is happening with this case? Hello. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Good morning.
How do I look, Judge?
Oh, you look great. That's a given. That's why I didn't even comment on it. All right, so what is happening? So an offer was tendered. There was a plea deadline date for the 16th.
Judge, they recently tendered some new discovery to me today.
Mhm.
It's about 40 pages worth of information that I need an opportunity to go over and discuss the matter with Mr. Burnell. And plus they amended their offer in light of some of the new discovery that came out. So I need to discuss that with them also.
All right, Norma, can we do a plea deadline date on this one for the week of February 5th, what day?
February 5th.
All right. February 5th would be your plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I believe so, Judge, and it's not for what's on your docket.
All right, what is it for then?
Okay, I guess there was confusion. I asked Norma if we could move it up so we could handle the motion and adjudication. So, Anna and I have an agreement. Of course, we'll follow it. The state's going to withdraw the motions to enter adjudication. Mr. Rios owes you 2 years that he's been gone, so he's gonna, we're gonna ask the court to alter and amend his conditions to extend his deferred for another 2 years.
Well, I mean, that's maybe an agreement that you all have come up with, but what is probation requesting?
What the CLO wants and what his supervision officer want are two separate things. So the recommendation from a supervision officer per the court summary, it's a 1-year extension. Your CLO is asked for revocation.
Okay.
Part of what Anna and I have been discussing is there may be a due diligence defense on the not reporting. So we came up with this compromise. If you alter and amend to extend in 2 years, it's supposed to be on GPS, weekly reporting. I don't remember for how long that is, but and then of course everything he still owes you.
All right, so probation. They're telling me there's going to be due diligence issues potentially with regards to informing and seeking to find Mr. Rios.
I did not, so I believe the due diligence is outside of what the council is, defense is referring to as due diligence outside of probation.
Oh, yes, no, it's not with probation. It's once the warrant is issued, people have to go knock on a door, try to find somebody.
Right, Judge. So in your packet this morning, this was not set on for NTR, so you did not receive the court summaries on it. Would you like to see the court summaries?
Is there going to be any objection to me reviewing that?
No, Judge.
No objection, Judge. And I believe, for your knowledge, the MTR.
In each of these cause numbers, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? And cause number 2020 CR 3688, are you the same Andres Alejandro Rios who was placed on deferred adjudication for the offense of injury to a child, bodily injury intentionally unknowingly on October 21st, 2020 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes.
And are you the same Andres Alejandro Rios who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 1056 for assault of a pregnant person on October 21st, 2020 for a period of 4 years? Is that you? All right. State, are you going to be proceeding on the same allegations in each motion?
Judge.
Well, here's the thing. Off the record, both parties have told me there's an issue with due diligence, so I understand. So the process is we have a hearing. We have a hearing related to the due diligence issues, which is through no fault of probation. Based upon what the parties are telling me, what the party's intent is, and based upon the legalities that I'm looking at, based upon what you all have told me, I'm inclined to not revoke him, but I don't want it withdrawn.
Okay, Judge, that's fair. Then one thing I would have to correct then, the whole issue about GPS, we agreed. I didn't like it because he is court appointed. So there's the whole financial aspect of $300.
Oh, here's the thing. Once you all, I've already informed you all based upon what you all have told me and based upon the legalities, I will allow you all to argue whatever conditions you all want to argue. I will hear that and I will make a ruling on that. But it's my understanding the intent of both parties is to continue him undeferred.
Yes.
All right. And Mr. Rios, I want you to understand, I understand what the intent of the parties are, but for the legalities, maybe you will be revoked, maybe not. I don't know. But where we are now is both parties want you to be continued, and there are legal issues and technical legal issues as to why both parties want you continued. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, all right. State, are you proceeding on the same allegation in each motion?
We are, Your Honor.
Any objection to the state reading the allegation once for each motion to revoke defense?
No, Judge.
All right, state.
Your Honor, we would waive and abandon alleged violations of conditions number 2 and proceed on violated condition number 5. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Andres Alejandro Rios, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January and February 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that in each motion, true or not true?
And we will waive and abandon the remaining alleged violations, Judge.
Any objection? Understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5 in each motion, court could find it true in each motion, find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison in each motion and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation conditions 5 in each motion?
Yes.
In each motion, the court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, mostly, and I'll get to the last portion. The agreement currently is that the probation be extended for 2 years. Additionally, we would ask that he follow MRT as well as register for BIP within 10 days of today. We would also ask that he be fully monitored by GPS, and we are not in agreement on that as far as full GPS goes, Judge.
All right, defense.
That's correct, Judge. And I'll just address the GPS. So originally on your deferred, Mr. Rios was ordered to have GPS just long enough to complete a parenting class. He completed something that we're not sure, talking about the CLO, we're not sure if he completed something through, what is it, Padre? And we don't know if it's acceptable to probation to the court to satisfy the parenting course, but
Oh, compadre is acceptable, but it's a matter of whether or not he successfully completed it.
he has a certificate. It's in the CLO's files. Like I saw it. It was
Okay.
completed in June of 21. So my issue is if the court wants to put him on some monitor, right, as to help better monitor him and make sure that we're not back here a third time. I would ask that it be something similar to that, where it's a temporary thing that he's on it until he's completed, let's say the BIP, for example, since that I believe that's a minimum of 12 weeks. So that is a fair amount of monitoring. And my biggest issue with it is number one, frankly, I don't see the point of GPS. I don't think it prevents reoffending. And he is indigent. I'm court appointed. And because the court cannot waive the GPS for probation monitors, we're talking $300 a month for an indigent defendant. And I don't want to set him up for failure. He's already stumbled pretty severely. I don't want to then trip him on the way, hopefully to a successful finish line.
The problem is the GPS lets people know where people are. Of course, if somebody cuts off the GPS, that's a different story. But the problem is your client has been on probation and nobody has known where he was.
And talking with Mr. Rios, he was at his residence for, I think, about a year and a half while all this was pending. And then he's knocking on the door, which is the due diligence issue.
Yes, no, I understand that.
We discussed before. So that's just it. The biggest thing is financial, Judge.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Andres Rios.
All right, why are you not reporting?
During the time it was over Zoom and I was having trouble getting a hold of my probation officer. I had emailed her and tried to call her, and I was not getting emails back or getting any Zoom links or anything like that to report.
All right, so why didn't you just come into court or call the court?
I just didn't. I wasn't sure what to do.
So what have you been up to?
Working.
And where do you work?
Traffic control services.
What do you do? What does that mean?
I do lane closures and road closures for construction.
All right, did you think that by not showing up that this was just going to magically disappear? I don't know why people do that. Whenever you have a problem, if you don't address it, it's still going to be there when you stop running.
I think we had the discussion earlier, Judge, that the ostrich approach doesn't work.
Okay. And let me just see here just 1 second. So I'm assuming there have been no new number ones.
There have been no new number ones, Your Honor. I double checked that.
All right. Any issues with contact with the complainants?
It's been a couple of years, Judge. I believe he pled in 2020, so we have not had contact with them, but they have not informed us of any issues, at least since then.
Have you had any contact with the complainants in this case? You know you're not allowed to, right?
Correct.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court will extend you for 2 years. As previously stated, the court is finding violation of condition number 5 true in each motion. So the court is extending you in each cause number for 2 years. Court is going to ask for the MRT in each cause number. You're to enroll in the BIPP course within 10 days. And it says here that you've been exited from the BIPP course several times. Why?
It was just one time.
No, they say you've been previously exited from BIPP several times.
I know one time he is because I missed one payment and I was on the class and he booted me off because I didn't make the payment that day.
Okay. All right. Probation, how do you feel about GPS? Because either he's going to do it, he's not going to do it. There hasn't been anything presented to the court that he's had any contact with the complainants. He hasn't picked up a new case. The GPS is expensive. All right, you're going to report weekly for 3 months in each cause. Is there anything else? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. What saved you today was a legal tech.
And this is the judge delivering a final warning. Probation is often seen as a second chance, but it only works if the defendant actually follows the rules. Otherwise, the next stop could be prison.